I know dudes that got money, they don't take care of their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they never had nobody do it for them.
Yeah.
So they like, shit, I ain't gonna be doing that. You know what I'm saying? I've been places and watched dudes say, hey man, you spend a lot of money on your son. I'm thinking like, what's wrong with you?
Accountability has to be at the doorstep of anything that we trying to solve. So until we say, hey, look, you're right, I do need to be a better father.
Right.
I should have been, or I could have been a better provider. I could have had a better relationship with my son or daughter's mother.
I just seen a video and the dude was like, the real women standing so close to the hoes, you can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference. And the first thing a woman will say is, well, I'm not like them. I said, well, wolves don't hang with sheep.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to tell black people, we're not leading in nothing that's worth talking about in America. As far as, you know, owning homes, owning businesses, being CEOs, schooling, and none of that. I said we lead in STDs. We lead in the murder rate. We lead in single motherhood. We lead in going to the penitentiary. A lot of these things can be changed that quick.
After being molested over the years, you feel like I might as well just have sex with everybody.
Right.
I might as well just be the neighborhood. So that's why you see, like, oh, she a little free.
Right.
Yeah, because somebody been taking advantage of her all her life.
Right.
And we just repeat it, and we continue the cycle, not knowing that she's damaged.
And I'll be thinking sometimes like, okay, we give me all the information, tell you should do this and that, and if you don't want to listen, that's cool. You know, do your own thing. We're not trying to force nobody. But then it be the same people that don't listen that be wanting to complain. I'll be like, bruh, don't complain if you're not gonna take the initiative to go out there and go do something.
Yeah.
Because that
Here we go, wherever you at, wherever you may be. This is Smoking with Two, and I'm your host, C2. And I got my family in the building with me, Life Infinity. I want y'all to introduce yourself and your name, where they can find y'all on social media.
You can find me on social media at _Roneezy. Yeah.
You can find me at LYFFE Eternity.
Life Eternity.
Life Eternity.
That's what's up. That's
And
what's up.
you can find us on YouTube at Generational Health and Self Love.
Yes,
That
sir.
podcast.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate you guys coming through. I've been watching y'all from afar and seeing y'all, me and your father, we go way back. But I don't think people understand what they watching when they seeing this, because the importance of a black father is being swept under the rug. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You getting to get a first-hand advantage on a lot of men that people don't get. I understand it because I had a father in my life. When you get older, you're going to look back like, damn, okay, I got that from my old man. A lot of people you're going to see that you coming around, you're going to be like, man, they never got that. So you're going to see them conduct themselves in manners that you would never think about doing because of the upbringing that you had.
No, in facts. I think it's very important. Like, kids learn a lot by what they see. So, like, when you don't see or when you do see certain things, that affects the way you act or react to certain stuff. So that's definitely
right. See, not having, I think, just the other day when I was talking about how LeBron doing that for his son, to see black men have anything negative to say about that, it made me realize how important fatherhood in the black community is. And I was like, yeah, any man that I know that have a son, if they can put them in a position to win, it doesn't matter if they were the leader at a liquor store. If that's what, if he can put his son, put some money in his pocket, that's what he gonna do. So when I seen men having such a negative outlook on it, I said, yeah, that's basically, I feel like they probably grew up without a father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us in the community that we growing up in is not being handled by men. Everybody's being handled by a woman. And I think a lot of men is picking up the female way of looking at things. You know, So it's just a different. I'm seeing what y'all doing. I just want to let y'all know I salute. I appreciate to see that, because a lot of people not doing it. And by the time people pick up on what y'all doing, they're gonna be like, okay, I see that. And it's just like I said, you getting an upper hand on a lot of men are not getting. I just understand it because I had it. But I'm like I said, when you get older, you'll look back and be like, damn, I got that from my old man. You feel me?
Yeah, and I hope that, you know, when we do the podcast and people listen to it, they get, you know, something from it, and it's helping people, and we start having conversations that we don't usually have. But even if it wasn't doing all of that, just being able to have a talk with my dad about different things and learn about how he was growing up, and then thinking about my life, it's just good no matter like what the result is, like just being able to have the conversation in the first place.
Right. So what's you guys' mission for the podcast?
I'd say like the mission would be to, because at the end of the day, I feel like we all connected no matter how you want to see it, because when either when we have kids or I have kids, they can go to school probably with somebody else's kids. It don't really matter. So
yeah.
the way I raise my kids is going to affect, how they interact with your kids or even the certain stuff we do. So I feel like me putting anything forward in the world to like help change for the better would be helpful for everybody. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm involved and why I really think this is important for me.
Yeah, I like that. It's like what you put in is what you're gonna get out.
Yeah, because I can't be complaining about everything that's going on, but then I sit back and do nothing because it's just not who I am. So I can't complain and not do put my effort forward to try to do something about it.
What's your outlook?
Just really building relationship with my son, continue to build relationship with him, and we ain't trying, but we are growing a legacy.
Right.
Things that I'm doing with him, he can do with his son, and so on and so forth. And we trying to be able to put ourselves in a position to feed generations.
Right.
So that's the ultimate goal: is to build. And when we done building, we gonna continue to build and build and build.
Yeah,
so,
I like that.
That's
one of my favorite episodes of y'all is when y'all was talking about the family and the upbringing of family. I can't think of the guy's name y'all had on there.
Probably Mike.
Okay, yeah. So he was saying like, it starts at the top, and I was like, you know what? You can always change your family tree because people believe like, oh, my whole family been fucked up. You ain't gotta be, because you making your own family now. So now you can start, like you said, your kids. We ain't never, like my family, we didn't grow up close knit, but we all cool though. But we ain't grow up with the type of family where we go in everybody's house every day. You know what I'm saying? We just see each other, hey, what's up, cousin? Keep it moving. But I realized, like, being around y'all family and going to family reunions, I'm like, it's a different type of family out there. Everybody's family is different. But if you ever, I was looking at like, if you want to change your family, you actually can though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't believe that, but they can.
Well, you start with changing your home.
Right.
That's how you change your family. You can't. I'm telling you what you need to do. But my home a mess.
Right.
So I need you start with your home, and that's how you start changing generations. Because if you start with your home, then anything that comes out your home is going to continue what they've been taught. And just like I said, it's just simply what we're trying to do.
Right.
And I'm definitely grateful for how I came up because I feel like I've got the opportunity, which I think is very needed and for everybody, but I get to see a lot of different, like I got my mom's side, I got my dad's side, and just friends, families, and I gotta be grateful for how the connection in my family is because I see that it's not like all families don't work the way how you was brought up. So seeing like the differences when I go and interact with different families or whatnot, it's just like, oh wow, like I gotta be grateful for what we have. The connection is strong. You
know what? You grow up in your family and you see how the women is. So you thinking like that's how all women are.
Yeah.
Like, you might grow up around respectful women and how they conduct themselves, but then you can make the mistake in getting a baby mother and you don't know her background, her upbringing. Yeah. Now you got hell on your hands for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of us go through.
Yeah.
Even the women too, not just the men, because like I said, upbringing is everything. If a man was never taught by a man how to conduct himself, more than likely when he interact with a woman, he's probably mirroring her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like at a young age, how you were raised by your mom or your dad, it's like an imprint on your head because before you can even speak, you getting told like when you do certain things, you get like, oh, don't do that, or you get like, or might get a whooping, and just automatically it's like a imprinted in your mind not to do or have feeling. You feel this type of way when they say this, or you feel that type of way when they do that. It's just all automatic. So when you grow up, you might forget about how you started, how the interaction first. Okay, you might forget how the interaction made you feel when you first got told. Like, okay, so go back to when you was young, and then the mom might say, don't do this, and then you have a reaction to it.
Right.
You might forget that when you grow older, but when certain stuff happened, you still have that same reaction, but you might have forgot why why it started.
Yeah, so consciousness is still there.
Yeah, Because most of the time you got to be growing up. My dad used to always tell me like, man, if don't nobody tell you where you're going wrong, that they don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be like, damn, man, you always got something to say. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I started realizing like, that's because somebody cared. They don't want to see you go down that path when they know they can save you from it. You get what I'm saying? So that's what's up.
They'd be an enemy to you if they didn't tell you.
Right.
Because To see you destroy yourself slowly but surely and not do nothing about it is somebody that you definitely don't want around you, period.
Right.
You know, so yeah, so it's just like really like overall, we just hoping that people would just start to wake up. You know, there's a lot of people dealing with pain and they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to come forth and say, hey, look, I'm not as strong as the image I put out there.
Right.
I'm very weak. And that's why I act out and do the things that I do. They're not gonna tell you that. You
No.
know what I'm saying? Because their ego won't allow them to express themselves in that manner. So that's why you see a lot of broken homes. That's why you see a lot of women raising their children, because the men don't want to be men.
Right.
You know, they have, like I was telling you when we had the conversation, a lot of men, they having sex out of pain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to, you know, like some people, they smoke crack or they do drugs because they're trying to, get that pain out of their mind. And that's how a lot of us men treat sex.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that is becoming more and more true nowadays. Cause I know once some of us dudes get their first heartbreak, after that it's like now you become trying to just mess with hoes and you're not trying to have no real stuff because it's like, do I really want to make myself vulnerable again?
Right.
That's how.
And then for the people that have it on their brain, like if you ever pay attention to social media, people truly be believing that there's no good, you're not gonna find love, there's not no good men, there's not no good women. I'd be like, that is all a lie. It's all on what you attract. And then a lot of things I like to say is they the undesirables.
Yeah.
If you're a good person, you know another good person when you run into them after a while. And I think if you have a lifespan of saying that, it was these people are the problem, then you're not taking accountability for your own problems.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
because
saying?
always saying that it was somebody.
It's their fault. It's their fault.
But you the one that's picking the person to be with. So then it's at the end of the day, it's kind of on you.
It's on you
for being with that person.
Especially when you have people that's basically they sitting up, and I tell this to my little cousins now, and I tell this to women all the time. I said, listen, I know it's easy to say, I ain't got no help. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I said, a lot of times, y'all rushing too far into getting these relationships. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell them, I'm like, I know it might sound crazy or whatever to just be, dealing with somebody for a year or two just to actually find out who they really are. Because I could tell y'all a funny story real quick. I have another son. Nobody knows this because his mother kept him away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I know being told by my father, him knowing women, me being young, not knowing women, I'm just like, oh, she look good, woo, woo. I'm having a baby. My dad even knew before he ever seen it. He's like, listen, her mom and them like this, her aunt and them like this, woo, woo, woo. But me being young and dumb and not knowing women, I made the mistake of saying, yeah, she can have a baby. Now, 18 years later, we don't know nothing about them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, I fast forward, I started over again. This is my second baby mother. Before my dad even met her, he knew her family. Oh yeah, that's such and such them daughter. Yeah, they come from here. They do this. Woo, her mother knows like this. Woo. That's a good catch. Never seen her a day in his life. Just knowing her upbringing was like
you can already.
Yeah, you could tell like if she ain't like them, someone left. You know what I'm saying? If she anything not like them, then someone left. But us getting older now, and you realize you'd be like, yeah, it was the upbringing of why they act the way they act. You see people drink real hard or smoke real hard or don't have the drive to do things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That comes from the people around them. Like I never been like that, so I'd be like, you know what? I gotta get up and go do something. You know what I'm saying? Because if I wasn't doing it or not living the lifestyle or having something, people are older than me like, man, where you get that from? Like, that ain't how we raised you. Like, where you tripping like that? Like, I've never seen that come from you. So even with the older people around you, like, if you go to doing something crazy, your dad'd be looking like, man, where that come from? I ain't know you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you tripping. I must have missed something. So it always come back to the upbringing and
the family.
So
end of the day. That's definitely true because even recently I've heard like from one of my friends in his situation, he was saying how, him and his girl, her family was affecting how she was treating him because of some stuff that was going on. And even with when you're dealing with somebody, it's like their family is always going to be kind of a part of the relationship.
And this is why it comes back down to this. Whenever you say you getting married, this is the old time way, because people always say, I want people to go to traditional, I want people to do this. They're not going to be able to go traditional because the mindset of the people has changed. When back in the day when people got married or came together to have. They was bringing families together.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you messing with your girl because you messing with your girl.
And
You know,
it's just that.
That's just that. You don't know her mom or dad. You don't really give a damn what they is or what they ain't.
Mhm.
But you start thinking about it. One day you gonna get married. Now you bringing people around you ain't never met a day in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been with this girl 10, 15 years. Now all of a sudden, here come her brothers now, man, aunties and uncles, and you looking like. Now they get to doing stuff, and you get to looking like, yeah, I ain't on this. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't know that. I ain't know they was gonna be on that. You know what I'm saying? Now that's why I always tell people when they be like, oh, the modern day man, the modern day woman. I said, no, those times have changed. I would tell people all the time, yeah, you got to get to know people, so you want to go around their family. I'm not dating no woman. I'm not going around your family. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
with me.
I definitely think right now it's definitely more important to like not to move quick and just have that time where y'all talk and have friends, because in this day and age it's just people just meeting up, just having sex and then moving on, and then like that's just it.
And I think everybody's cool with it because that's what they're seeing. Everybody doing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
music.
Even music. The people posting music, the women saying F my baby daddy and all that. And it's like, this is why the black community don't care about being a father. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it ain't shunned on. Like, ain't no woman ever gonna look at a man and say, oh, he don't take care of his kids. Oh, he's handsome, he look good, he got money, I'm messing with him. Nobody's looking at that like, well, he don't take care of his kids. Nobody care about that. No, even the women who have kids, they will mess with somebody that got kids that don't take care of them. Nobody cares about that. That's not being...
But what that tells you about them is like, even when you said like a person being with somebody for 1 or 2 years and then getting to know who they truly are, you got people 35 and they don't even know who they are.
Right, that's
So
true.
they've been alive 35 years and still don't know who they are.
Right.
So then you jump into a relationship not knowing you, and then you too busy trying to put all your effort into knowing somebody else, and you ain't got to know yourself.
Yeah.
That's backwards. That's a problem. And
Right.
most of people jump from relationship to relationship because the person when they leave one person, the person they talking to, they already been talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's so easy to go ahead and move on, because you
Yeah.
already put a substitute in that place of the person that you're leaving.
Right.
It's already somebody there.
Right.
So you never take a break from relationship to relationship to get to know who you
Self-healing.
are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Self-healing,
saying? Knowing how to be
self-love.
loyal to yourself before you try to be loyal to somebody else.
Mhm.
Learning how to trust yourself.
Trust yourself,
Like when
yeah.
you say, oh, I'm going to my New Year's resolution, I'm starting the gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a thought.
Just a thought, yeah.
January 6th, still ain't went.
Still ain't went.
And
And I'm gonna tell you some crazy stuff. Right? And this is how you know it be serious. I went to gym before, and I was about to get out, and the dude was like, "What you gonna do when you gonna get out?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do that." He said, "No, I'm gonna stop you right there. You don't know what you're gonna do. So you know what you're gonna do, what you know how to do."
Yeah.
He said, "It's human nature.
Yeah.
You're like, you're gonna be right back in here with me because I didn't never." He said, "Because I never knew what I was gonna do."
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
making
And I was
sense,
like,
though.
damn. He was like, yeah, you need to figure out what you gonna do. You like really put that on your plate, and that's
Yeah.
what you gonna do. And then when I did it, I said, yeah, you know what? When I get out, I'm gonna get a job, man. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people, I'm like, understanding the work life is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't take jobs serious. And I be telling people, I'm like, listen, when you get a job and you got to work it every day because that's your way of eating, I'm like, you might not even like it, but you're going to get up and do it every day. I like, now me working, I understand the work life now, because at first I used to be like, man, no way in hell
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting up going to work every day. But now that I go, it gives you a different outlook on life, though.
Oh yeah,
And,
you can't knock nobody for what they do. Whatever you do to take care of your family, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Whether you go to work, whether it's whatever it is,
Whatever it
as long
is,
as
yeah.
it's something that's providing and it's something that's going to be something that's not going to take you from them.
From
too,
them.
you
That's
know what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
We got that bad.
Yeah, we got
I think at the end of the day, you just gotta go up and just do it, because you, like you said, you learned a lot from just doing what you thought you wasn't gonna be able to do, or
Right.
you're like nah. But even if you didn't end up liking it or didn't end up getting used to it, it's still like you gotta just learn from even doing it. So then you can be like, okay, if I don't want to do this, let me figure out what I do want to do, and being able to move on from that. But if you never take that first step, then how you ever gonna find out what you actually trying to do?
Or understand what really means the most to life. You know what I'm saying? Because being taken away from the things, it'll be the little things that you realize, like, damn, I really like doing that. But they have to be taken away from you to feel it, though. You get what I'm saying? being able to eat what you want to eat, or sleep when you want to sleep, or be able to just move peacefully. When those things are taken away from men, I think that's smart men wake up and they be like, oh yeah, this ain't. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it kind of be like that in relationships too sometimes.
Yeah.
Like after something happened, you like, dang, you realize, you start to think, and then you're like, well, hey, she was actually, you know, I remember when she did this or did that, or, you know, sometimes I feel like in relationship nowadays, like people expect stuff to be perfect from the jump.
Yeah, that's
Like people think that, oh, this person has to be this type of way or that type of way. But you gotta realize, just like your own life, you're gonna have the ups and downs. You're gonna be battling. Sometimes you might not like the other person at some point, but it's the really, the point is like getting through it with that person.
Right.
At the end of the day, if you really like want to be with them.
If that person, the man or the woman, is social media driven, you cannot be in a relationship with them.
Social media, oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You cannot be in a relationship with a man or a woman that lives through everything through social media, because that's not how it really works. I done watched shows where I thought people was actually together and they come out like, no, we was just acting. That's my cousin. I'm like, damn, I thought y'all was in a real relationship. So when you see people and they be on there under people's posts like, oh, relationship goals and this, that, and the third, and I'm like, it got to the point in my real life where I don't even do the social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just don't even do it.
Yeah.
Because, like I tell you, if you posting you and your girl every day, soon as that day I don't come, guess what they know? Oh, it's a problem. They ain't got their matching outfits on today.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
somebody
saying?
mad.
Now everybody in your business. You get what I'm saying?
And you allow them to.
And you allow them to be in your business. And then if you one of these people, like I said, you just feeding for the social media image, that relationship ain't gonna never work.
Yeah, you got, because I go back to the same thing, like all the things that we talk about and the issues, they all kind of stem from the same thing. A lot of people ain't dealt with their emotions, they ain't dealt with their upbringing, they ain't dealt with different things that's been bothering them pretty much all their life.
All their life,
You know, so it shows in relationships, whether it's a boyfriend and girlfriend, whether it's work related, whether it's just in general friendship. You know, people will show they will show their pain through something. You know, and like I say, people they have a problem with asking for help. They just feel like it's just such a weak move to make when you just say, man, look, I just need somebody to talk to.
But the thing about it is they low key call out for help in joking ways and being mean.
Yeah.
Being mean to
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
For real.
definitely.
They be like,
Yeah.
I can see when people make posts on the internet, I'm like, you really crying out for help.
Yeah.
But instead you're gonna make a joke out of it, or you're gonna be mean about the next person's situation, but you really need help, or you really want somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't be want to talk to people about certain
But
things.
I'll just maybe laugh, like, just think about when you was in school, right? Just think of somebody sitting next to you, like if somebody was like, hey, you know, dude sitting next to you, yeah, and man, yeah, you know, he got a psychiatrist. What you gonna say? Oh, he crazy.
He crazy.
That's why a lot of us didn't go never get no help, because
Right.
if you go talk to somebody, oh man, he crazy, man, dude crazy.
Trauma from childhood.
Listen, but you thinking about that, right? I don't know how it is, but I remember when I was growing up, they wanted to put all us on Ritalin.
Oh yeah.
My mom wouldn't allow it. She's
Yeah.
like, hell no, they just little boys. They rambunctious. This is how they
Yeah.
gonna be.
Yeah.
And then when I thought about it, I said they quick to try to turn you
Diagnose.
down. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or diagnose you with
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah.
And you really don't even got a problem. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? I'm like, I remember they used to say, you know, like, oh, I'm kind of behind or whatever, and I was just really just unfocused.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it, you know, having Tab in my life, I had to turn around. I make A's and B's. The
Yeah.
same person they said, you know, he might be a little slow, he might be a little off. It's like, nah, motherfucker, he just was bad. He ain't
Yeah.
paying attention. He can learn it, but when you don't have nobody around to like,
But a child shouldn't be in no school sitting at no desk for no 8 hours out of the day.
well, that's crazy too. That's crazy.
Ain't no way. Ain't
Because
no
when
way
you realize it
possible.
though, it really is, the school system really crazy, because what is you using? I'm not using nothing that I learned in school as far as
exactly.
just math. I mean, communicating, you know, learning the human way,
Yeah.
social skills, but far as anything
that's not
about
even what they
Christopher
even
Columbus
teach us.
or anything, all that
Yeah.
stuff is irrelevant in real
Yeah.
life. Can you count, read, and comprehend?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Okay, you'll be, and you know how to deal with people, you'll be cool, because when you start breaking it down, this is why when you look at a lot of people, you be like, damn, why they don't know nothing? They was never taught nothing. Then a lot of people don't pick up books. Then you surrounded by a community of motherfuckers that's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never pick up.
Not at
No,
all.
you-
Some of us get lucky to be around some good brothers. where they got some shit going on and they smart and they educated and they grab you. Now they teaching you, showing you, they putting you up like a mentor, even not a mentor, like a big homie.
Well, this is what we do today. This is what I mean. Discipline. What we do today.
We just ran 3 miles on the track.
And then what we do after we ran 3 miles?
100 push-ups.
See?
And we committed to doing 100 push-ups every day for the month.
And I gotta send my video in. You know what I'm saying? I've been working out, but I've been
and we 9 hours from the crib. So we can say, hey, look, man, we drove, we've been on the highway. That's an excuse.
Yeah,
we are if we got paid for excuses, everybody in the hood be rich.
Rich as hell.
You know, because that would be our excuse. Oh, we drove 9 hours, and when I got here, after driving them 9 hours, I said we gotta do 100 push-ups.
Yeah.
And then today I said we gotta run these 3 miles. Me and my son ran 3 miles a day, finished running 3 miles, did 100 push-ups 10 minutes after running them 3 miles.
On the track. You know,
on the track.
Y'all know how different.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot. But see, the thing about it is, right, this is how you gotta have a discipline, or you gotta have something that kick in your brain. I was 253 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody around me said nothing. I'm sitting back at the crib looking at a video, and I'm sitting like this with my hands on my stomach.
Santa Claus.
It's a switch took off in my head like, oh hell no, too, you can't go out like this.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, there was my own self-discipline to kick in and say, yeah, I'm done sitting around eating all this BS with y'all and just sitting around doing nothing. So I went to going to the gym every day. And this was after working 10-hour shifts some days, 12-hour shifts some days. I just go straight to work. Workout. I'm gonna run these miles. I'm gonna do these push-ups. I'm gonna hit these weights. I'm like, I gotta get this weight off of me. Even now today, I'm in the process of moving and doing everything, and I'm like, I'm still gonna be shooting my podcast. I'm still gonna be. I got my fatherly duties I gotta do with my kids. All that's still gonna be done. But I always tell people though, you make time for what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew I didn't want to be fat like this. I'm like, no, that ain't my thing. You know what I'm saying? So let me slim it down. But I look at some cats and I be like, man, he getting bigger and bigger. But he's not they don't mind. It's like you not even looking up and realizing, like, bro, you're not even yourself no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not yourself no more, man. You're not even comfortable wearing your clothes like you used to. You don't even come outside no more. I know there's so many dudes. I'm like, I'm not saying being outside, but I'm just saying like I could just tell like I ain't even posting pictures of y'all on social media. Out on a nice date or you know what I'm saying, doing anything, cleaning your car, anything. I'm like, it's because you know. You like that woman now that taking nothing but headshots. Now you know, like, yeah, I ain't that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that no more. But having the self-discipline that y'all have and watching other people display it, it's like, yeah.
And I think that when it comes to discipline, a lot of my discipline comes from like seeing so much of everything and realizing what I don't want to be like or what I do want to be like. Because, you know, being down here, I get to see how it is down here. Then when he moved to Georgia, I get to see how it is over there, and it's like it's a big contrast. So it's
the city life is different from the town life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think. I went from Alton to Boston.
Yeah, you was in Boston for a long time.
And when I say that the nature of the people is totally different, I used to be looking like, oh yeah, they real savages.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like just the way seeing homeless people for the first time blew me. I'm like, oh shit. People laying on the ground. I'm like, I never seen that. I come from Alton. We never seen that.
I took him to feed the homeless.
Did you? Okay.
I told him, I said, when we pulled up, I said, look at them right there. They laying on the ground asleep. I said, these people, when they was born, they didn't ever think that this was where their life was going to end up at. But it did. It did. So never look at nobody like you better than them because you can be on that ground asleep too. I'm telling you.
Life will spiral out like that.
Yeah.
And it'll be spiraling out with you standing still and you not even paying attention that it's going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you thinking that you got everything under control. I done been in those situations where I found myself in a bad situation. I'm like, damn, how did I get here? Like I thought I had start connecting the dots. Like, yep, I'm wilding, doing this, wasn't paying attention. Doing this, not paying attention. I'm like, I had people telling me, hey, you need to sit down, you need to do this, but thinking that I'm grown. Oh, man, fuck what y'all talking about. I got this. You know what I'm saying? And that, not knowing. It's best to listen to somebody that already lived it. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally have people around me that lived it and they like, listen, you going around the wrong path. You ain't gonna make it if you keep doing this. And they was right. But you know.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Where do you see the community as a whole overall right now today in the state?
If I'm being completely honest with you, I see no hope. I see that it's getting worse and worse, and the reason why it's getting worse and worse is because of the men. Nobody's being raised by men, and there's only a few men. And when you have women All you gotta do is listen to their music, listen to the mentality, watch the videos, look at the posts of the women.
Yeah.
They have no respect for men. Then not even, and I'm not putting it all just like all on the men. The mentality of the women.
Yeah.
They growing up in households where the women are not even telling them, hey, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. You should conduct yourself. You remember when I was growing up, we used to be able to distinguish who the hoes was and who the classy women is. Now everybody dressed like sluts.
Yeah.
If you just seen the BET Awards, you watch, I'm seeing people that's married. I'm like, it's no way that I let my wife come out with pasties on her chest. I don't care if you got the body or not.
Yeah.
I understand how men think.
That was so crazy. I just seen a video and the dude was like, the real women standing so close to the hoes, you can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference. And the first thing a woman will say is, well, I'm not like them. I said, well, wolves don't hang with sheeps.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Facts.
And that's just how it's
I said, you don't see lions hanging with the hyenas.
No.
So if them the hoes and you know they selling pussy or doing whatever they doing, you might want to keep your distance far away from them, because from me looking, this when I walk up, these the hoes.
You have had it's about, if you hanging with them, are you moving like them? Are you dressing like them?
Yeah.
Or are you that friend who, because you have some
the
women,
black sheep of them?
Well, no, not necessarily, but you have some women where this been my girl for so long, but I dress appropriate.
Right.
I carry myself different.
Yeah, you got,
but this is my girl.
Yeah, it's my girl.
And sometimes I got to watch her back.
Yeah, and I know how she get down.
But you sometimes you'll see that. You'll see a crowd of women, and you'll see one. She ain't, you know, she might just be distinguished. She just might just be different from that crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got
get that, but not a lot. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, be like a diamond in the rough.
Slim pickings. You got that one girl sometimes who just, these my girls. This my girl. You know?
I said this on my last podcast, and they was tripping, but I said the downfall of women is another woman. Think about this. Listen, how can you take advice from another woman that's been nothing but a girlfriend, a baby mama, a side bitch, a best friend to a nigga? She doesn't even have good communication skills with her baby father. So what advice is you taking from her? She can't give you no game. And the reason why I said this, and they was thinking I was tripping, but what I was trying to tell you, I gotta look at it from a man's point of view, because you're looking at it from your homegirl's point of view. Your homegirl probably, just imagine you dating a real man, and he's telling you, hey, I like my dinner cooked at this time and woo woo, but your friend don't know that he's paying bills, he's being a man. But now she's telling you, oh, I can't believe you listening to him, and you let that get in your ear, but she's never had this type of man in your life. So now she telling you don't do it. Now you getting canceled. Now you like, damn, I'm losing somebody that really fuck with me. Like I tell people, the streets, when you getting sent to the streets, anything that got to do with the streets is not good. I always tell people that. So when people, I'm in the streets, I'm like, you looking for trouble. That's where the streets is. That's where the trouble at, in the streets. So when men tell another woman, I'm sending you to the streets, it's not sending you to a good place.
Well, I agree with you on that, but I'm gonna tell you, the biggest enemy to our women is us.
Yeah.
We are our biggest enemy.
Yeah.
We're our women's biggest enemy. Yeah. Because they have been abused verbally forever. By music and all that. Like, take my daughter. I take one of my daughters for instance. When they born, oh, she's so pretty. Look, she's beautiful. By the time she's 13, 14, she's a bee. She's a she don't even have a name no more. Right. You know what I'm saying? When she out and about, that just what she has become. That's what society has labeled her in our community.
Now you say that, right? So, but now they think it's normal.
And it's okay.
Their favorite rapper telling them bitch been over.
But it's normal because this is what's been going on.
So it don't bother nobody.
But when I was coming up, that's what I took on that frame of mind, that way of thinking. But if you don't have no one in the home to tell you nothing different, right? Then you're gonna go ahead and go with the stuff that's around you, everything that your peers are doing, the people that you're running with. Whatever they consuming, you consuming. Y'all all become one. Like you said, we all connected. So if you running with it, like you talking about the women, the same thing goes with the guys. If you running with a group of dudes who think they players and pimps and hubs and all that, then and they say, man, you gotta go hard. I go hard on the beat. I do this on the beat. You do it. That's how we.
That's
13,
how we
14. You been told this.
You been told that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then at 13, 14, as girls, you've been treated this way.
Right.
Yeah.
So you grow up feeling like, of course, that's
It's normal.
who you are.
Yeah, I think it's crazy we got to the point where they call each other the B word.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's good because I'm like, bro, the B word. I don't. Yeah, I get
It's
how
supposed to
you.
be meant disrespectful.
Yeah,
but it's not disrespectful. No
But
more.
even if you do use it in a certain way, you still calling them a B word. Like even if you like, oh, that's my,
It's
or she a
all-
bad.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you
all
still
on it's all on the time when you're using it. Is it gonna be used as disrespect? Because if you walk up to her like, "Damn, you a bad bitch," she loving that.
Yeah, but
But
like,
if your demeanor changed and it's like, "Shut up, bitch," now it's like, "Oh, don't call me that."
Yeah.
Right? But I just called you one.
we just
Think
should
about
not
what you
be.
just said, right?
Yeah.
Either way, however it's said, just imagine somebody coming up to your daughter saying that.
Yeah.
Do it matter either way how he said? Or do you feel like it's disrespect either way how he said? If you call it, do you feel like it's okay for it? I had somebody. I mean, like to even see your daughter as a bitch.
Yeah.
If a dude walk up to my daughter and say that, I ain't finna fight him or whoop him. I'm gonna see how she react to it.
Right.
Her obligation is to check him
Mm-hmm.
in a respectful manner.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me, but I appreciate it if you call me by my name and not by that.
Right.
Plain and simple.
See, I think it's gotta
have
start that way, though.
Men have a
Women
great
gotta
respect
make-
for. I don't know if did you ever listen to Lauryn Hill?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many times have you had anybody just call her out her name, even if just general talking?
No,
about
because that's not how she conducts herself.
Mhm.
And the thing about it is, and this is what I try to. I'm glad you brought this up. I'm glad you brought this up because a lot of people get it confused.
Yeah.
How you conduct yourself is how a man looks at you and how he's going to come at you. See, if just like on social media, the women that are butt naked,
Yeah.
twerking, and if you looking like you selling something, my DM slide to you is going to be totally different than I'm going to talk to
But-
a girl that posts regular clothes
but
and
it's
she
still-
might get a hey,
It's
honey,
still your
something like-
responsibility, though.
I know,
It's
but
still your responsibility as a man and as a man who's raising a woman.
listen to this.
Two,
Hold on, you right.
Whether she respects herself or not,
But listen,
I'm still gonna have respect for
I
you.
understand that. And
I would
you
just
are,
say
and
no.
listen, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Good.
You're being a nice guy.
Yeah.
Women don't like nice guys. So for them women, no.
Yeah.
The women that, I'm just gonna take this for
Yeah.
example. Sexy Red.
Yeah,
I can say, what's up, bitch?
Yeah.
She gonna like that.
yeah,
But if I say, what's up, bitch, to Lauryn Hill, she gonna be like, hold on,
Yeah.
you've been disrespectful. It's just like when you're dealing with the women of today.
yeah.
If you are coming at them in a nice guy way, I'm promising you, they're looking at you lame and
But
corny.
I'm not coming
But you're
at-
gonna be the
but-
realest man ever.
I'm
You
not
can't
coming
come
at
them
him.
with that,
I'm
hey,
not
good
coming
morning,
at him
honey.
because I'm married. But
yeah.
what I'm saying is, regardless if you see yourself as that, I can't see you as that.
Right, I feel that.
Regardless
I feel
of how you carry yourself, because then our women are doomed. If that's our projection of they lost. It's just like a brother out here making decisions out of pain.
Right,
It's no different.
right.
He make a decision out of pain. Don't mean I'm gonna look at him as he a sucker, he a buster, or he lame. I know he hurting.
Yeah, you heard me.
You know what I'm saying? So why have sympathy for him, but not for a woman
I know it's not
who's
that
probably been raped,
all type of
who
shit.
ain't been told, who ain't told. That's why I don't see myself as being this or that, because my uncle used to sleep and come in my room at night.
Right, right,
You know, or my stepfather,
right.
or whoever. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
just
so
think-
much.
Yeah, I think it's the community that we're
Dog,
growing up in. That's what make it like.
Out of all the women I done been around, dealt with, had relationships with, I would say 7 out of 10, every woman has been molested.
That's
That's
crazy.
a high ass number.
That's crazy.
I talked to one
crazy.
girl who said she was molested when she was 13, 12 or 13. She said she told her friend a couple years later, and her friend said, "Girl, he got me too."
Wow.
This is what's going, and they're not telling this.
But see,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what's so even more crazy that you
Yeah.
brought that up.
Yeah.
In the black community, people be knowing those dudes.
Yeah.
Nobody say nothing.
Oh no, I see him on Facebook
You know
now
what I'm saying?
saying
I
happy
see-
birthday.
Yeah, I see all this, and it'd be crazy because I was somewhere, and I'm like, yeah, just go down to such and such house, And then the little kid walk off and they're like, and you sent them down there to that pedophile and ooh. I said, well, you knew I didn't.
Right.
So I said, why you didn't say something?
Right.
I said, you let me say go.
Yeah.
You let them walk off and now you, cause I ain't gonna get in nobody's business, but they know what's going on out here. And I said, see, this is where the problem lies in that, because even now, I was just talking to my uncle and he was like, man, I remember being in high school. You was there when Alton High was the old high school. And he was like, dudes was come picking the girls up.
Yeah.
He said, we ain't think nothing of it. But now that we realize, and them dudes was 30,
Yeah.
20 some years old. We in high school. They got the car on the rims. He said, nobody said nothing because it's normal. And I was like, you know what? It do be normal until somebody speak out. And then it's like, oh man, it's like, if y'all been knowing this whole time, y'all don't nobody say nothing.
But what you saying, and I agree with that. I'm talking about a little girl in her room laying down.
Oh yeah, that's how you
old,
yeah.
And somebody coming in there and take her innocence.
Yeah.
Not her saying trying to be grown and allowing herself to be vulnerable in the moment. I'm talking about somebody forcefully taking her innocence from her. Not only are you you've been violated in multiple ways. You've been restrained, you've been physically violated, mentally violated, verbally violated, and you're a child.
You're a child.
Ain't nobody there to protect you. Man, that's different. That's a different type of pain. So you have so many of our women growing up with that in their subconscious. They ain't talked to nobody about this. Because if they telling me 20 years later, they ain't talked to nobody about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody who can help them. Nobody who can make them feel worth anything. Because now, after being molested over the years, you feel like I might as well just have sex with everybody.
Right.
I might as well just be the neighborhood. So that's why you see, she a little freak.
Right.
Yeah, because somebody been taking advantage of her all her life.
Right.
And we just repeat and we continue the cycle, not knowing that she's damaged.
I definitely do think it's more common than we think.
Yeah, well,
It really is. All them sleepovers and all that crazy stuff, man. And I don't even eat. I go as far as how do people put their child on the lap of a stranger, like for Christmas, Santa Claus? Man, this man I'm not putting my child on your lap because you ho. You might be I don't know nothing about you, man.
Yeah. But I think that the messing with younger people is I know I hate to say it, but I think it's a black thing. Because even if you look up, I mean, not saying in the pedophile way, I'm talking about older people messing with the younger people. Even if you look at the celebrities, you're looking at some of these celebrities like, damn, I realize now I'm 30 something. I'm like, damn, Rick Ross, I'm 50.
Yeah.
But your girlfriend's 22.
But no, I take
that's legal, but at the same time, they're young.
Elvis was 25. His wife, when he married his wife, she was 14.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, it ain't just us. Yeah. It's just that this is what we surround, this is what we see. But there's other communities doing stuff just as much as we doing, if not more. And we have took on the ways of other people's cultures too, because we don't know ours. We don't know ours. So we invested into other people's culture and their way of living. That's why we had this fairy tale of some the Princess and the Frog type fairy tale where my guy gonna come swoop me off my feet. That man, stop watching TV. Because that's not reality. Because relationships ain't gonna pay your bill. No. You guys are this is a contract. Right. Whether verbally or physically, this is a contract that you are in. A marriage is a contract. A marriage is business, and that's something that I had to learn during being in the marriage. It's business. Oh yeah. We can love each other all tomorrow, day long. Yeah, but right now but we got a whole bunch of other stuff we got to do.
From watching, how long you been married for?
12 years. Next month.
I be seeing. But you found somebody that matches you. Yeah. So you're not worried about. When we out on the outside looking in and we be looking at these marriages and you be like, yeah, I can see that not gonna work. Yeah. But when you dealing with these marriages, like you said, this is not just no word, this is a paper. Now we have rules and regulations and laws in this. So when the shit goes bad, if you ever see, I'll be like, yeah, when it go bad, of course it's gonna get ugly when it start coming to money and things involved. People got money and stuff like that involved. I'm like, then it's not really they even mad about the money. They just hurt about everything else, the situation. So now we gonna take it out on the pockets and all this shit because I watch people be in these marriages and I be like, nobody talks about how good the marriage is.
They talk because they too busy trying to control each other.
Right.
You check yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's some, like with me, I can't control my wife.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with my wife. It don't make me love her less. Don't make me, that's just what she wants to do.
Right.
And when she's ready to do something different or change or, because I'm a vegan. She's a vegetarian. So, no, I don't want her eating certain things.
Right.
But I can't control that.
Right.
And I'm not going to try to force that on her.
Mm-hmm.
You can't eat that. We already been through all that.
Right.
If you want to eat that, that's fine.
That's
you have to deal with the consequences of what you eat. I don't. I'm still going to love you the same.
Right.
And so many people try to change people and make them be what they see them being.
Right.
Like, no, you have to be yourself. Right. She allows me to be myself. I allow her to, well, I don't even allow. Whatever you do,
that's
you
on
do.
you. Yeah.
You know what we got going on. So if you violate that, that's on you. But this is what we got going on. So she doesn't like do this, do that. Like I just told him on the way over here. I said, earlier today, I told him about something I did, and I had to pay some money. And he said, he asked me what my wife told me to do. Did it save me some money? I said, yeah, it saved me $200.
Yeah.
I said, I'm listening to my wife, son. I said, I've been messing up for a while.
Yeah, hey, look, having the right woman in your life is going to save you in the long run. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you listen.
Because
I ain't listening.
I ain't listened to a lot of times and I came up short. And I was like, honest. Had to turn around like, yeah, you was right about that. I took
I'll be a multi-millionaire. Honestly, I ain't exaggerating or none of that. I'm saying, honestly, I'll be a multi-millionaire had I listened to my wife.
I think it goes back to that, like what you said, taking time in today's day and age instead of, because if you just jump right into it and you get in that relationship, then you start noticing things that you would have noticed if you took your time, then you're trying to hop out the relationship and then y'all have different problems, or sometimes people self-sabotage because now they figuring out more and more and they're like, ooh, now I don't really want to be in this, so I'm gonna start making problems or start doing this.
Let me ask you a question. You have a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, now in a relationship, how long would you stick around? Because I watch people and I say, maybe because I seen something different growing up with women. So, I'm about to be 39 this year. You know what I'm saying? I know. I'm about to be 39 this year. But I only had 2 girlfriends my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I said I've never dealt with a lot of women. I have, but I grew up.
Hold on. I just want to make a point real quick. The reason why you have that, you know why?
What? Because of women I seen growing up.
Why you said you've been in 2 real relationships in your life. I said, do you know why?
Because of the women that I seen growing up, I wanted that type of woman.
Not only that, because you didn't see your dad with a whole bunch of damn running around. Your dad was in a long-term relationship.
Yeah. He went from my mom to Tab to this
you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying?
You right about
having that father
show
you that example.
Yeah, because
he ain't seen him with 1,700 women
and a bunch of kids and just
moving.
Yeah, so
even if he did it most, you seen him. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
That's that.
You're right about that. So
that played a role.
Seeing my father do that too.
Yeah.
Not paying attention to that, but seeing my father be like that, and then growing up and seeing certain women around, I was like, that was the type of woman I need in my life. So even when I be dealing with a woman, I was been told by women how women are. You know what I'm saying? The women around me be like, no, women shouldn't do this, or women shouldn't act like this, and woo woo. Yeah. So when I start getting older and I start dating women, I'm like, women are supposed to do that. Yeah. Now it's cool that you can do that, but I know where my limit is with you at. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't go that far with you and have kids with you because I'm knowing that I know this is gonna end bad. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on the outside looking into other people's relationships. I'll be like, I know this is gonna end bad. You know what I'm saying? And when it go bad, I'll be like, shit, what did y'all expect? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all ain't see this coming. I seen this. It's cool. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, I know when you're dealing with somebody, you be like, oh, we should just keep going. But I'm like, y'all ignore those red flags.
Oh, was that gonna be a question? What was it?
No, I was asking like, how long when you in your relationship, by you growing up the way you growing up, your tolerance level is different for women because you've seen a certain thing. So my thing is, how long would you put up with a woman that's not trying to basically match you on what you trying to get in life?
I think the thing there is try. And say if we talking about something and if it's like something that we don't agree on, but it's like very important, if over time us talking back and forth and you like really want to change on the thing, then at that point, then I'm probably gonna have to just say,
Right.
you know what? Because if you're not at the time she done doing it already, but we talk about it and she's like, okay, you know, maybe I'll work on it, and over time she start to change. Then
Right.
that'll be cool. But if she's like, yeah, nah, I'm never gonna do this, blah blah blah, then it's like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
we gonna have to, we can't, like you said, that the kids and all that.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
that's
It's deep.
very important.
Yeah, it's deep.
When they get to that point.
It's deep,
so.
yeah, because when you get to them kids, it's hard to walk away. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's hard to just be like, oh, it's over with. Because now you put in a situation in hand where, you know, it depends on what type of woman you're dealing with, what type of man you is, the kid's going to be hurting in the process of it. And that's where I think the woman growing up not seeing the man, how he conducts himself with her, and then a man growing up not seeing how a man conducts himself with him. Because I always say, the dudes that was like, now that I'm older and I be paying attention to cats around me, I'm like, yeah, he acted the way he acted because he had his dad around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro, no reckless. and shit.
No, no, think about it. I feel like we're growing up now, and when people think that, I feel like, yes, women can do a good job at raising, like single women can do a good
Oh, yeah,
job
no,
raising
yeah, no,
men
you
and all
can't take
that.
that away from him.
But I think it plays a bigger part when you see the man doing something. You see, like they can't be a man and do what a man do because that's not what you're seeing as a kid. It
Right.
plays like having seen it as a kid. It just like I said, go back to the imprint.
Imprint, yeah, but you got to see this too, though. When they growing up and they get older, no man don't say it, but they actions tell you that. Oh, I watched my mom do it by herself. You can too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't gotta tell you this.
Yeah.
They actions are telling you this because guess what? I watched my mom do it by herself. You could do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? My dad wasn't there for me either. You get what I'm saying? I'm alright. I done heard dudes say that, and I'm like, no, you're not alright. But
Yeah.
you believe that you alright. No,
Yeah.
you're not alright. You fucked up in some type of way.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because I know dudes that got money and they
Yeah.
don't take care of their kids.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they never had nobody do it for them.
Yeah.
So they like, shit, I ain't gonna be doing that. You know what I'm saying? I done been places and watched dudes say, hey, man, you spend a lot of money on your son. And I'm thinking like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then
It's
I
like they
thought
don't even
about
have that
like,
comprehension.
yeah, because he never had it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, this is how I was brought up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I'm basically doing the same thing that was done for me. I do for my kids.
Well, it's easier for them not to do that. It's easier for them to be able to, you know, like if you just watch a lot of guys, if you just look at their social media. If you go on social media, even if you ain't somebody who's a troll, but if you just looking through there, you don't see too many guys bragging about their relationship with their children. You don't see too many guys outside of holidays posting pictures of their children. They'll post pictures of LeBron and his son, and
Yeah.
they're all different things of all these other people's accomplishments and stuff like that. But when it comes to their own children, you don't, even guys who you talk to, even when you have people on your show, just think about when you have people on your show, right? You have men that you interview, right? And whatever y'all talk about, just listen to them. Listen to if they even talk about their relationship with their child at all. If they even bring that up. They more concerned about, you know, themselves. They're more selfish.
Right.
They want to talk
Money,
about
females.
themselves. You know, and they want to portray a certain image of themselves. Even if you want to portray that image and you want people to see you in a certain way, talk about your relationship with your children.
Yeah.
Talk about how you grew as a father, or talk about how you have a relationship with the mother even though you guys are not together. Talk about how you know, even being in certain situations, I was able to provide for my child, even if I was locked up, even if I was going through certain things in my life. Talk about the different things that can help bring families together.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not in a relationship with the mother or father of your children, you guys are still a family.
Yeah.
And until you really get to really understand what family is and stop seeing people for things that they're truly not. Because we have, like I say, our ego is so big, and our ego is causing so much pain and so much causing us not to be united.
What you think that what needs to be done to like
Accountability.
That was just what I was
Accountability.
Yeah,
That is accountability. It's
Yeah.
it's like this. If I'm like, if I'm smoking crack, right? I'm smoking crack. I've been smoking crack, and you, my family, we sitting here talking. You like, man, what's going? Until I'm ready to accept the fact that I'm a crackhead and I need help, nothing's going to change. So accountability has to be at the doorstep of anything that we trying to solve. So until we say, hey, look, you're right, I do need to be a better father.
Right.
I should have been, or I could have been a better provider. I could have had a better relationship with my son or daughter's mother. So first of all, let me start with saying, I apologize for anything that I may have done. Cause see, the first thing we would do was if she wouldn't have did this, if she wouldn't have did she.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you chose the one.
Right.
Second of all, that don't even matter at this point. All you can do is apologize for what you've done and try to move on from this point on.
Right.
Now, if your son, your daughter, your child allows you to be in their life, that's cool. 9 times out of 10, they want you there.
They want you there. Yeah.
They want you there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna give you all the rooms. You just take advantage of it. If you've been to jail, for all the guys out there who watch this podcast that's been to prison, if you've been to prison and you're home and you have a second chance to be a father, man, take advantage of that. Because the next time something may happen to you, it might be death, and you won't ever have another chance. So now that you have a second chance to be a father to your child, man, you better take advantage of that, because that is
And
success.
not to cut you off, and if your kids are older, be a great grandfather.
Yeah, definitely.
Start there.
Yeah.
You already missed the childhood of going to the parks and doing all that. Go ahead and do it with your grandkids.
But still develop with that child,
still develop
because
with them.
they'll get jealous of that relationship.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know,
I can
they'll
see
get
that.
jealous, like, damn, you been there, I like that you there, and that stuff will hurt them.
Right.
But they'll get over it, but you still got to be a good grandfather, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
but still have that relationship.
Right.
Because you got to answer to your child, whether you want to or not. You got to suck it up.
Right.
You know, I've been there all my son's life, but he don't agree with everything I've done, every decision I've made.
Right.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm still here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't going nowhere. Even when I change form, this dude's still gonna be listening to me.
Right.
He gonna be like, man, telling his sister, man, y'all know dad would snap if he heard y'all say this or do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My spirit is still gonna live on because
that's
I implemented
true.
that.
That's true.
That's super true how people live on through like the effects they had on other people, because even you can notice it in like little forms. Like I was talking with a girl and we was consistently doing something a certain amount of time, and then we had stopped talking. But when certain stuff would happen, I'd be like, oh, if I did this, she would have said this, or that,
Right.
she would have said that. I'm like, dang, she's still on my mind, all that. So
Right,
it still will, continue on
Good
even if
point.
they're not around.
Yeah.
That's just one example. But I did have a question, like, what would y'all say to do for people who, the structure, we've been talking about structure and how very much important that is. So for the people who didn't grow up with that certain type of structure, or they grew up with like way out of whack, or how structures are usually be, what do you even do to change the way how they see certain stuff? Because at that point, if they didn't experience or have it, like, what do you even do to show them, or like, what do you do?
I believe that if we start putting more, like back in the days, right? The Black Panthers had programs for the black community. They weren't relying on schools. We're going to teach you how to read and write. We're going to teach you about this. We're going to teach you about that. I think the same way right now today, if we would do that for the brothers, for the men, men come home from jail, learning how to communicate with people, because you'd be surprised how many people don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't know how to do it. So bringing people in, having programs where men can learn how to communicate.
That's the biggest
You know what I'm
thing,
saying? Because
yeah.
a lot of dudes don't know how to communicate. And then another thing is teaching men how to come in, to communicate, and to be receptive. Because people don't know how to take words from somebody.
And then they get emotional.
Your emotional part of it make you miss the point that they're making towards you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot, I see dudes, I got a homeboy, and I be like, you a good dude. But when you get to drinking, you know what I'm saying? I be like, you be tripping. Now he's like, oh, when I be drinking, you don't say woo woo, but you don't be seeing what other people doing. But I'm like, bro, I'm telling you
You
what
missing
you doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm telling you, you drunk, you tripping. I don't care what they doing because they ain't
Right.
with me. You
Right.
with me.
Right.
And you on my time. So now when you get to tripping, now I got to watch you. And I got to tell you don't do this. And I got to tell you how to
Yeah.
conduct yourself. I said, but all this come back from you not wanting to listen. Like, because you know it in the back of your mind because when you come off of it, you'll say it. Yeah, man, I was tripping last night. I'm like, but it's going to be one of them nights you're going to do something. You're not going to be able to call me because I'm been in blocks. You know, like, I don't fuck with you no
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah.
did some crazy off the wall shit. Now, like, it's all comes down to if us as black men holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hanging with somebody, you see them not taking care of their kids. Hey, bro, listen, we going to go get the kids, go to the park, go snatch your kids up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. And if you
Then
can't do that,
then you can't do it. But then this is what make you X dudes out, and it's crazy. But it'd be like, well, I'm doing this with my kids, so now I can't hang with you on Saturdays. We used to get up and go to the park, but now I'm telling you, we getting the kids on Saturdays. You like, shit, that's what you doing on your Saturday.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that, so now he ain't gonna mess with you because you doing something with the kids. But you really trying to, you know what I'm saying, help him bring his family together. You bringing your kids together. It's all help. But I think that's where we got
start. Yeah.
yeah, the next man help the next man. Show the next man how to do it because he might not know how to do it. And still, as a black man, be receptive to taking in the game and the knowledge that somebody's giving you and not thinking that somebody's, you know, big brother in you or whatever the case may be. Because the mentality of, you know, growing up in the black community is a lot of dudes don't want to be looked at as a little nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it's always the person with the money and the car. He's the big homie.
I got
Not in my eyes,
But I
but
got a suggestion for you with the question he just asked you. I think a good way to start is with what you have on your platform is maybe you doing something maybe once a month or something where you allow youngsters, 12, 13, 14, boys and girls, come in here, sit down and talk to them.
right,
And they'll tell you what they need.
right.
Because you know what? You'll get
That's a
more
good
out of
idea.
you'll get more answers and solutions to problems out of these kids than you would a grown ass man.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, these kids are way more intelligent than their grandparents and some of their parents.
I believe that.
These dudes still trying to be in competition with the youngsters.
Yeah.
You got guys 50, 53, 52 who been out here in these streets. They still, all this old stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still trying to court the same women the youngsters messing with. They
Yeah.
still at them. They're not worried about trying to change their community.
Right.
They really worried about still being seen as a certain part of the community, but not in a way that's in a positive manner.
Right.
Like I told you, like we didn't. So many of us and took. We done been took and we didn't bleed. What they say, bleed the block.
Mm-hmm.
We done bled the block our whole life. When we gonna heal the block?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we gonna heal the block? So I say, man, look. Find a dedicated, and you know all the little youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
You're around people who got little youngsters. Man, these kids would love to sit. They, you know, the lights and teach them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you never know. You might you might end up hiring them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know technology. Get them around some stuff where they can learn, and you have the perfect platform. This is the setup right here. It's beautiful to bring children in and allow them to express themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. I never thought of that.
Like,
Yeah,
for
like,
real.
definitely
like
think
that.
what he said at first, like the communication thing, that is like big. If you can set like if we were able to set like a thing up to where people can learn how to communicate.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of men be scared sometimes, even
Yeah.
not knowing because they don't know how to like.
Yeah, they don't
talk
want to show their
to person.
vulnerability.
And yeah, that's
Yeah.
the biggest
Oh,
thing. They be nervous,
soft.
nervous and stuff.
And
That's
yeah, and then to make you soft. But I'll tell you this though, and this
Yeah.
from being in jail. I graduated high school.
Mhm.
So when I went in there, you know, I didn't have that much time. But I was trying to help dudes. And I'm
Mhm.
like, this your third, fourth year. You still ain't got your GED.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, man, I'm telling the lady, I'm like, listen, these cats is old enough to be my dad. They don't fucking want to learn how to read and write. They done went through their whole life now.
Yeah.
She like, what? I said, look at them. I'm like, you can put the test in front of them. I'm like, and they still failing it. I'm like, and it's common sense where you can. It's so crazy that how I was thinking. I'm looking at people. I'm like, damn, people actually don't really care about reading or writing.
Yeah.
Where I can give you a test, mark everything wrong that you put on there, give you that same test back to you to fix it. You still fail.
Still feeling. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm realizing, I'm like, look at their age. They're stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are old dogs. You can't teach them no new tricks. It's over with. These dudes are gonna go back and forth to jail. They've been doing it through their whole life. You know what I'm saying? And they just waiting for the long ride or to die. Because they're not gonna do nothing else. It's like, I watched dudes my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I've been in all, you know what I'm saying? And I watched dudes my whole life. Back and forth, out of jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These dudes older. Y'all watch me grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I watch y'all grow up too. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, damn, you still doing that? You was doing that when I was 19.
Because
you get what I'm saying?
Every time I come back to
they've aged physically, but mentally they still that child.
Yeah.
They still that little boy. So
when I ride past and I see certain dudes, I'm like, damn, them niggas been standing out in Mexico since the tavern. I wasn't driving when y'all was standing out here, though. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm driving and you still standing.
still there.
It's like, bro, you lost.
And I'll be thinking sometimes like, okay, we give me all the information, tell you should do this and that, and if you don't want to listen, that's cool. You know, do your own thing. We're not trying to force nobody. But then it be the same people that don't listen that be wanting to complain. I'll be like, bruh, don't complain if you're not gonna take the initiative to go out there and go do something.
Yeah.
Cause that be straight annoying me. Cause I'd be like, you complain about this and that, but then you don't want to go and fix it. Like, what are we doing?
I'm glad you said that. I made a video and I was saying I was being funny, but I was telling people, shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Like, we don't do that enough. I know you need a job. You know you fucked up. I said, man, you come work the job. What's the hours? Well, it's gonna be, you're gonna be working 12 hours. Oh man, I can't be doing that. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing going on. You should be able to do this, but you don't want to do it, but you want to complain. This is where the shut the fuck up come in. Because I'm trying to give you a way out. You don't really want a way out. You just want to talk. So now when we telling people, man, shut the fuck up, we don't want to hear that. It's like, damn, what they gonna do is, you gonna stop talking to me. You gonna go talk to him. Cause he ain't gonna tell you shut the fuck up. And he gonna let you. You and him gonna bounce the idiocy back off. Man. We gonna do this.
If you go tell, like I said, go tell a 12, 13-year-old, say, hey, look, I'm trying to solve this problem. They're gonna try hard as hell to fix it. They're gonna try everything they can. They're gonna like, dang, baby, that's why I say you have the youth are 50% of the population, but they're 100% of the future.
Right. It's true.
That's where all our resources need to go. Because these older people or the people our age are old, these people they stuck in their ways, and if they need help, they have to come get it. These children, they really don't have no outlets for real like that. So become an outlet for your youth and tell them, hey, look, y'all come through here and we can do this podcast. Y'all sit down and just talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind.
Right.
Well, you know, is it okay? Because I don't want my mom to be mad, but sometimes when she yells at me, I be really upset. You know,
right.
You know, boy,
like
you laugh, and you know, but you know what that's gonna be? That's gonna be so therapeutic
to get it off their chest.
Their child gonna thrive
Being able to
because they're gonna become sociable.
You're
teaching you can teach these children right here at this desk how to be sociable and how to empower themselves just in conversation, just like that. And you'll grow and go so much farther than dealing with these knuckleheads still in that same mind frame. Oh yeah, man, you wasted energy.
I had the rap dude up here, you know, T-Bucks. And T-Bucks, he's cool. And he was talking to me. And I was asking him, just like trying to figure out where he was at mentally, like how we think. And to hear him say certain shit, I'm like, damn, you up on it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, for to be 15, I'm like, oh yeah, you up on it. Like, he understand the community. He's like, oh yeah, man, you know, I know why they hating us about the music, but I ain't going back and forth with them. I'm just trying to do this and do that. Hopefully we all get on the same page and we can work together and we can do this. And I'm just thinking like, I'm glad you got that mindset because they need to have that mindset instead of having that, nah, fuck the people. It's me versus y'all. We gonna do it like this. He really on some like, hopefully they all come around. We get on the same page. We can work together. We get up together. And I'm like, that's how we all need to be instead of having the hate the natural hate and envy that we have.
Where the hate coming from though? Because what people say, they say this generation here. Man, this generation messed up. You hear that?
Y'all hear that a lot. But I think it's always been like that.
But why though? Because if it's a problem with the generation, where you gotta look at for
the elders. Look at the elders.
I feel like that was more the case nowadays, like back then. But I feel like more and more the children getting raised by like the social media, and I feel like for the past 5 to 7 years, social media have been showing the image of just slowly but surely destroying, the structure thing we talk about. Like this is becoming more and more or less like you said, like
Listen,
But the
fast.
parents though, they
They
have
actually-
control over it. They
I know, but
allow
listen,
this.
they asked a question, right? Now you got to really think about this because I said this is deep. Dude said, "What was more detrimental to black people? Was it slavery or was it social media?" And at first I said slavery, and then when I thought about it, I said no, because we didn't experience slavery.
Mhm.
We don't know nothing about that. But we know about social media. Now the broad of the people, and being black, we move culturally. When one thing take off and everybody doing it, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody. I remember when everybody started popping pills. I remember when everybody smoked the lean. Everybody wore the Jordans because that's what the black people do. So when we get everybody, like we do for everything else, on some more positive shit, or when we get all the men, like being a father is the main thing.
Yeah.
Now when everybody's saying that, you got your favorite rapper saying, you got everybody saying that, that's the push. That's when it's gonna change. When you have more women pushing the ratchet shit to the side and not putting that on the forefront, because we know this women is always going to be like that. But instead of putting that as the main thing, I could turn my phone on right now and scroll through Instagram, and we can be 20 pages in, and it's going to be 5 or 10 booty pages.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something. So
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you have this all in the kid's face, and then when I try to tell people it's different, when I was growing up, people wanted to be the drug dealers because those are the ones that look like they was happening. Now you look at scamming rate is going to grow up because now they looking on the internet and the scammers look like he's having it all.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now they want to be scammers.
Yeah.
But what they don't understand is, and I'm not trying to preach to nobody, but just like you see that, the law books see that. So now the white collar crime ain't going to be 1 or 2 years when black people are starting to do it, because y'all got to look at it. The PPP loan, you seen people steal $4, $5, $6 million to get a year in jail. You think they gonna be letting us black people get away with that? That was considered white people crimes. Now black people picking it up. Them laws are gonna change. Now we're gonna start giving them 30s and 40s and 20 years because they're doing it now. Just like with the crack cocaine, they call us drugs here, dope fiends. But now when you got the opioids and the codeine and all this stuff mixing, and white people
They're
are doing
addicts.
it. Now they're addicts. We need to get them help. We need to do this. We need to do that. That's because it's another race involved. That's why I was trying to tell black people, we're not leading in nothing that's worth talking about in America. As far as, owning homes,
Yeah.
owning businesses, being CEOs, schooling, or none of that. I said we lead in STDs. We lead in the murder rate. We lead in single motherhood. We lead in going to the penitentiary. A lot of these things can be changed that quick.
I think
We gotta have the masses do it though. The masses don't want to do it. You can have 30,000 people talking about it, but you gotta remember, it's 8 billion people in the world. That 30,000 is like dropping a rock in the ocean now.
Yeah, I think all the things you just listed, that is the product of what we promote. I feel
Yeah,
like
we promote that.
That's why that's like one of the biggest problems, because we promote, like you said, the bunch of hoes, or
Yeah.
just have partying, or just one night stands, or just the money, just chase this, they do that.
Because
And
you look
that's
at
the
it now,
product.
you have my favorite rappers, your favorite rappers, anybody's favorite rapper. None of them are positive.
Well,
Now-
our favorite
We got
rapper
changed
is-
up. We got
Yeah.
changed up.
But he always been like he
Who you
just
listen to?
everything.
I usually like before, like J. Cole and
Okay.
Caleb Gordon now. and
Okay.
Alex
Caleb
G.
Gordon is he's a Christian rapper, but
Like
you wouldn't know it.
He can rap.
You wouldn't
I know
know it.
Christian
You
rappers that
wouldn't-
they don't
you-
cuss, they
you
talk, they
would-
do
yeah,
they
you
do their
wouldn't
thing.
know it at
See,
all.
and
yeah, I
you know
don't,
what I'm
I
saying?
don't idolize nobody.
That's what I'm saying. See, that when I was coming up in the projects, it was first it was No Limit, then it was Cash Money, and it was Tupac, and then as I got older, I was into Jeezy and the Gucci. I was into the dope boy
But
shit.
Tupac always been
Revolutionary
yeah,
type. He always
yeah,
been tight. He had a different type of style.
Mhm.
And then you had moving to the East Coast, Swift my change of music.
Yeah.
I got more into the bars.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the Jay-Z's and Jadakisses and his peoples and 50 Cent
Yeah.
and all these people. And I start seeing the way music move people, because I'm like, damn, where I'm from, it's country town. So
Yeah.
I'm like, we listening to all the underground shit and Mike Jones and all these people, but I'm like, we basically imitating these dudes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We imitating them like
Oh, yeah.
motherfuckers to the point where we dressing like y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm even smoking weed because y'all talking about smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? We doing the lean. We doing all this stuff. So that's why I was saying you got a different outlook because the artists that you listen to, will change the way you dress.
No, yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even dress a certain type of way because you'd be like, J. Cole,
And, we listen to like man, when I had my kids in the car when they was growing up, man, we ain't listen, I ain't
No
even had all
cussing.
that stuff. What
Right.
no cussing?
Right.
And we listen to old school.
Right.
One of his favorite songs growing up was Sade.
What, that Shawty Love? You talking about that?
Sade, the
singer.
female, the singer, Smooth Operator. Remember
Oh,
that was your
Smooth.
that was
Right.
that was his jam.
Right.
Or Run DMC, we listen to Run DMC, we listen to.
But see what you saying? You was giving them multicultural. You was giving him a different
Red
outlook.
Hot Chili
You know what
No,
I'm
no,
saying?
it's about that because me, I listen to all genres.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, okay,
like I
yeah.
guess that's from him always showing me different kind of genres growing up. So
Yeah.
it's not. I don't have no favorite artists or no.
Yeah,
Because I
okay.
mean, at the end of the day, I know how these artists really be.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
idolize nobody.
He might
but-
pull up picking up a date, listen to some opera.
That's what's up.
It was funny. I posted on my story that it was something like that. But
Yeah.
I think people, a lot of our culture, our people need to stop acting like that. Music doesn't affect us. They be like, oh, it's just a song or it's just that, but it's really bigger than what you like. It affects it more.
Listen, before y'all get out of here, I want y'all to, because I know you got the vegan stuff going on.
Yeah.
I want y'all to promote what y'all got going on. We're going to do this again, probably down in Atlanta. I want everybody to go watch them. Come watch me. Y'all going to see me on their thing. Y'all going to see them on my thing. And this is coming together, helping each other. This costs nothing to build together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It costs nothing for me to give him some game, them give me some game, help each other out. We all trying to get to the same goal in life. And when you get up there, don't close the door, turn around and pull somebody up with you. And that's what we promoting here on Smoking with Two and Life Infinity. Hope to see y'all again. Y'all want to promote something before y'all go?
Hey, on YouTube it's Generational Health and Self Love, and that's on Instagram and on Facebook and on I think that's it.
Twitter.
And on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter.
And
I
then-
mean, not Twitter, but
What?
what's the TikTok?
Oh yeah, TikTok. And then my Instagram is _Roneezy.
Okay, and once again, General Life and Self Love. Check us out on YouTube. That's our podcast. That's a father and son podcast. Just in case y'all didn't know, this is my son.
Very respectful.
And,
Very respectful.
I had Life and Eternity on IG and on Facebook. But please follow us on all our social media platforms. Follow him and just show love. You know what I'm saying? Just all out general love for each other, because the more love you show, the more love you get in return.
Once again, if you want to hear the truth, you got to watch Smoking with Two. We out.
Peace. Oh, that was dope. If I had a little more time, I could have kept going.